Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be good tonight to finally get back on the grass, because it's been 3 or 4 weeks of what I expected in terms of being busy, but it has took my breath away slightly in terms of the amount of work that we've had to put in, and part of it is building the club off the pitch as well. Some of the duties that myself, John, my assistant, and the other staff and directors are carrying out. At other clubs, I think it's kind of built into their model. We've had to start from scratch again, so we're putting a lot of work in to build the club back up to where it can be, and then hopefully we can produce a team on the pitch that'll match that.
So where do you think the club can get to?
Long term, I think this club can be definitely in the league above, but it's going to take a little bit of time to get there,
right,
to build some sort of structure where they're not going to get there and fall back down through the leagues like it's happened before. So our job at the moment is to put that structure in place. We could, next season, we could throw loads of money at it, go up, but then chances are the season after you could come back down. So we need to build a club that is going to be ready, one, to get promoted, and two, stay there. That might not be next season, it might not be the season after, but you can guarantee that we're putting the plans in place to build that structure.
Now, I know that when Mark Worthington was here, he had a 5-year plan. Is that something you want to continue with?
Yes, but we're probably going to have to take a couple of steps backwards and move forwards. Again, Mark was a big figure at this football club, and with his passing, there's a lot of things that need to be filled off the pitch. So we're spreading that out amongst ourselves. But like I said, we're going to have to take that step backwards to then hopefully move forwards beyond that.
Brilliant stuff. And you've taken over from Darren Kelly. He's moved into the sporting director role. What will his role consist of, and how will you work together?
His role consists of pretty much everything. So every footballing aspect at the football club he'll be overseeing to make sure it's running smoothly. It's also creating different strands for us in terms of revenue. So he's currently on with International Academy.
Right.
He's looking at how we can fill the pitch higher with different footballing opportunities. He'll help Gaz out on the academy side of it, and with me, I'm on the phone to him pretty much every day regarding players, agents, scouting, even setting up what games we're going to be looking at during pre-season with different teams. So it's not one definitive responsibility he's got. He's going to be spreading himself over the whole football department. And
John McCullum's become assistant manager. I believe he was a player here last season. How did that come about?
Me and John have been in business together for 5 years, so part of him coming last year was because I was here. So he's someone that I trust implicitly, which is a big part of him becoming my assistant. He's very good at what he does, he's got good knowledge, he's a good coach. He's also going to register as a player. Right. Ideally, we won't need to use him, but again, it's a good option if we do need to go to like the backup centre halves.
Yeah. And speaking of players, you've been really busy over the past few weeks. Can you tell us about some of the key players that you've brought into the club?
We've had to be busy, yeah, because we lost 13 players, some of them through choice, some of them we didn't want to lose, so we're probably still 4, 5, 6 players away from where we want to be squad-wise. In terms of the players we've brought in, it was brilliant retaining the players that we did keep. They were players that were key to what we want to do. Players that we've brought in centre field, Liam Tongs obviously come from Stalybridge, Louis White as well, a young lad at Rochdale we've got high hopes for. Good options in the forward positions with Joel Logan coming in with his real pace. That's what we're looking for. Jack Dyche in the 10 will give us creativity and goals. I know he's known in this area. I don't want to miss anyone out, but I think I'm going to. Bailey Gooder has signed from Scarborough, and all about Bailey. They've all got. They're all players that will fit the model that we're looking for. The young players that want to improve, and they're going to give us real pace and legs around the pitch. Yep. For us now, the next 4 or 5 signings, it's going to be key that we can add that little bit of experience down the spine of the team, and that we've had players in today. Hopefully there'll be some good news with that early next week.
So it is a fairly youthful team. Will you be looking towards the academy throughout the season as well?
Yeah, well, straight away there's 3 players from the academy who've signed forms with us. They'll be in from tonight with pre-season training, and without a doubt we'll be dipping into the academy this season with the players there. There's some very good and very talented players coming through, and we'll be using that throughout the season without a doubt.
So looking at the Evo Stick Premier Division, I mean, you had last season, you consolidated. Were you happy with where you ended up last season?
I'm never happy, no, never happy. We could have done better, I think. We could have done better, but it could have went a lot worse as well. So if you had a cup run onto what we did last year, it probably would have been a decent season. Overall, when you review it, you'd say, yeah, it was a fair position. I don't think we overachieved, I don't think we underachieved. So the aim this year is to overachieve. Would it be nice to finish above that? That's the idea, to try and keep improving. Yeah. But setting targets is very difficult at the moment because everyone's sort of gauging where other teams are at. we'll get to where we want to be, but making predictions at this moment, it's too difficult to say.
So in terms of the cup, how important will the cup run be next season financially for the club?
It's every year, it's massive. Every year, I think you've seen a couple of seasons ago the cup run that we had brought some much needed revenue into the club, which paid off some debts, consolidated other parts of the stadium, giving us a real platform to kick on. Unfortunately, with Mark's passing, it sort of knocked us back a little bit with it. So we don't budget for having the cup run, so we're going to be safe and sound on that part of it. So if we do get the cup run, we're looking at then improving the infrastructure even further, but some of it going back into the playing side of it as well.
Yeah. I've noticed that you've been out and about in schools recently. Is that part of the community ethos at the club?
That is when we're saying we're taking on different roles within the club, so there's no one doing it. We've got to get the community involved, and there's no one at the football club doing it, so I've put it on my own head to go out and do it. And if we can get 4 or 5 kids down extra a week, it's a start, and the aim is to get around as many schools as we possibly can and get them down on here playing more, because we've got this fantastic facility which from 3 till 5 is now there for schools to use within the Hyde area. We want them to come down and use it, and hopefully that will improve young kids' support. And it was nice to go into school the other day and it's 4 or 5 Hyde shirts, which I was surprised by, but the idea is to go back in a year's time and there's even more.
Yeah, full classroom of them.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
So can any school come on board with that? Get in touch with yourself, can they do that?
Yeah, definitely. So I've emailed all of the schools in the Hyde and Hattersley area. We may go even further than that, but at the moment there's quite a lot of schools in that area, and there's myself and John who are going to be getting round. We're going to really concentrate on them to begin with, but throughout the year we'll be getting to as many as we can.
And looking at matters on the pitch tonight, it's the first session of pre-season.
That's why the sun's out.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about what the players will be put through?
Tonight it'll be quite moderate. It's getting to know each other tonight, and a little bit of football work. It'll start really building from Saturday. So the lads will come in. There's been a bit of a turnover with staff explaining the new structure, how it's going to work. We've got a new physio introducing the guys to the new physio, and then it's a pretty generic night tonight, but there's no real tactical work or too much fitness work. They'll argue otherwise following the session, I guess, but from Saturday that's when the real work starts. We're in a week early than I would probably like, but understandably lads have got holidays during pre-season, and that extra week will compensate for that.